Hey guys, welcome or welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Jamie. This will be a reading for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. If you're new to tarot, just know that not every Sagittarius reading is going to resonate for you. If you feel like I'm wrong or this just isn't, fitting your life, that's okay. Just disregard the reading. I'm going to also pull cards like King, Queen, Emperor, and Empress. Those cards describe like a really specific personality, but they have nothing to do with the sex or gender of the person that we're talking about. So we could be talking about a guy and describing them with the Queen of Wands. If you like the reading and you want more, you can subscribe to the channel. I would appreciate that. It'll notify you whenever I post. I also offer a membership. If you want to check that out, you can click the join button. It'll take you to the membership tab and show you all the perks. Alright, so we're going with a classic love reading. Alright, Sagittarius, thanks. Okay, so we have unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. Okay, so we have the Three of Wands as the overall energy. With the Page of Wands, the Nine of Swords, the Lovers, Gemini energy. The Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, the Knight of Wands, the World in the reverse. And in the challenge we have the Wheel of Fortune in the upright. So I don't love the energy. You don't love the energy. I think you're just waiting for someone to reach out. And for a lot of you, this is like sort of like an obsessive energy. I think that someone like is leaving with no closure, and I think it's just hard to accept. Like something here is, playing off of your confidence. You could feel like discarded. What's weird to me though is like the waiting around. It's almost like you feel like this person's like out here playing around, that they're not, like, to me, you're looking at someone like they're not the type to commit. That they're probably a player, but also hoping that they come back around. It's like you're still waiting for them to reappear. But as the card suggests, it's like, this can always be in the reverse. There could be somebody who's just expecting, you to return. Which is interesting because, the other person, I think, would be looking at this like someone just doesn't hold rank. It's not like it's not that big of a deal, while another person is, left wondering what the fuck happened, which seems pretty unfair. Tell me about the Wheel of Fortune as the challenge. Two of Swords, Death, Scorpio energy, the King of Cups. At the bottom of the deck, Temperance in the reverse, Sagittarius energy. I don't like this reading because it's just very cutthroat and straightforward, but maybe it's because somebody really truly needs to accept this. They're waiting too long on somebody that's not worth a shit. I know that sounds really mean, but some of you are really kind of sick over a person, if that makes sense. I have the Nine of Swords here. The Temperance is in the reverse. The World is in the reverse. The Queen of Pentacles is in the reverse. So it's it's like this person, I think, just cut you out and ghosted you, and that since then, there's this struggle to just gain balance or find peace, and it's someone's just there's something about just accepting it. If you just accept that this person is just a player and they're not coming back, it may be a painful truth, but maybe you can move on from it. Some of you, it's been months, 3-4 months, and this shit didn't even turn into a relationship. This is just somebody who, was in the beginning stages with you. I don't feel like somebody's crazy or something, you know what I mean? I think that someone came through and really, sparked their interest. And then left without closing anything out or giving any real reasons. Or they could be sort of inconsistent. They pop around and say, hey, but then they're kind of not around, not like they were. And yeah, this is just not somebody who's on the same type of time as you. And I think you're sitting around really frustrated and feeling insecure and upset over somebody. Definitely. Not moving on. And it's not easy to, if you feel like someone really hurt you and that shit didn't make any sense, obviously you're going to sort of obsess about it for a while until you sort of figure out what it is. But the first step to that is accepting what it is. And I think that's what the cards are really pulling here. I feel like it's also trying to say that it just doesn't have anything to do with you. This is a person who's just not really at peace in their life. They're not looking for the same things as you. You don't always need closure. You don't always need to know why. But hopefully this gives you the why. Why is someone is just not serious in life. They don't really know who they are or where they're going right now. And they don't want to hurt anyone or get really lost or sidetracked, but they are not in a position to give you what you're looking for, that's for sure. And maybe they just sort of did you a favor by exiting. What I would be paying attention to, because this may really be coming up. I got a lot of Scorpio energy pulling right here. So like when the moon moves into Scorpio, it's full moon in Scorpio on the 12th. I think you're gonna really start thinking about this a lot more clearly. Like, I didn't even do anything to this perfect person. Like, they're just not looking for something serious. It doesn't have anything to do with me. Why is my confidence down the drain? Let me get the fuck up and put my crown back on. You know. Yeah, this shit is not going anywhere. Like, this is already saying unrequited love. Like, I feel like you, care for this person, but like they don't really, that's whatever feelings you're stuck on. They're just not. They don't really operate like that. All right. So what's the advice moving forward here? The 8 of Cups. The 8 of Pentacles. I think it's time to leave this behind and work on yourself here. Maybe go do your own thing and pull yourself back up, because this is just not worth your time. I think you've already given them ample time to come back around, and even if they do, it's like they just don't want what you do. And that's probably for the best, because when somebody is like really not very clear about their intentions or what they want, that shit is the way to make craziness. That's how you become crazy, dealing with that type of shit. And now you don't have to. It's not, I assure you, like, there is no real loss here. And when you really start to look at the picture more clearly, you're going to see it that way. Alright. I'll see you guys soon.